Hello students, welcome back to your English class. So here we are again for the literature, and today we are going to start a new poem, that is Rain on the Roof. What is the topic? Rain on the roof. Obviously, as the name suggests, rain on the roof. When it comes, it falls on the roof. What is different here in the poem? Rain on the roof. We can make out that the poem is about the rain, and the poet is telling us about something through the rain. Whatever we used to tell someone, it is just related to our memories, it is related to our experience, it is related to our imagination, what we like and what we don't like. So here the poet, whenever you read a poem, it most of the time it is about the memories. And here also we are going to read about the memories that the poet has shared with us, and how beautifully he has described the sound of the raindrops which in the poem are falling on the roof of his house, and it brings back sweet memories of the past. So we can say that through the poem Rain on the Roof, the poet has tried to create a scene in front of us. He is sharing memories with us. Moving to the next. Here in the intro it is mentioned introduction, recap, question answer, summary. Okay, question answer we will not cover in this video. We will try to do it in the next one. Now, Rain on the Roof. Okay, elements of poetry and sequence of events. What are it? The poet. First of all, I would like to talk about the poet. It is written by Coates Kinney. Written by Coates Kinney. From the title of the poem, Rain on the Roof, we can make out that the poem is about the rain. The poet is telling us about the memories he has of the rain. The same we have discussed. The sound of the raindrops falling on the roof of his house brings back sweet memories of the past. So he has shared his memories with us. Okay. Elements of the poetry. We will talk about this later on. First of all, I would like to tell you about the poet. So here we are there. Yes, about the poet. Coates Kinney, November 24, 1826 he born, and January 25, 1904 he was died. He was a lawyer, he was a politician, journalist and poet from the United States. Okay, the poem is written by Coates Kinney. Here we are going to start Rain of the Roof. Now the central idea of the poem. This poem tells us what the poet is thinking about when he hears the sound of the rain falling. Sometimes such events happen that relates to our memories. So in the same manner, when the rain start falling on the roof, he started thinking. It takes back him to the past memories. The poem praises the healing power of nature's rain, especially when heard from a cozy bed in a lovely cottage. Cottage, a small house. The poet says that it is pleasant to live and sleep comfortably in a cottage on a rainy night. He is telling his choices. When the tinkle of the rain brings dreamy fancies, and he gathers fond memories of the past. The rain is thus an instrument of beautiful memories of the past years. The sound of rain falling takes the poet to his childhood when the fondest memory of his mother is brought before him in all her gentle loveliness. So these are the things that he has described, and the central idea means the whole poem revolves around the memories of his childhood, memories of the rain that he reconnects and just gone back to his childhood. Okay, that he has shared in the same manner. Now we will start poem. So here I was talking about the elements of poetry. Elements of poetry you will notice when we will do, and then later on we will also discuss about this. What are the main elements of poetry? So elements of poetry are rhyme, rhythm, imagery, figures of speech. What are the main figures of speech? Simile, personification, alliteration, metaphor, onomatopoeia, transfer epithet, and repetition, etc. So whenever these figure of speech will come, I will tell you rhyming scheme or the rhythm. You will tell me later on. When we'll read this, then you will tell me what is the rhyming scheme. Now we are going to begin it. Sequence. What is the sequence? How he describe? Let's discuss also. The poet was laying on the bed and he heard the rain. This we will discuss later on. First we will read the poem. Okay. See what he did. Now we are on the first stanza. Let me zoom it. First stanza. When the humid shadows hover over all the starry spheres, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. What a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. Okay, so what you want to say? When the humid shadow hover. Humid, something which is full of moisture. Okay, then shadow. Shadow refers to the moisture laden clouds which cast a shadow on the earth. Hover, move around something. Like helicopter, it hovers in the sky. Melancholy, its meaning is sad. Bliss, bliss, happiness. Patter, sound of raindrops falling on the roof. Cottage chamber means the bedroom. Cottage chamber, last third line, means the bedroom. Now keeping this meaning in your mind, I am going to describe it. When the humid shadow hover all over the starry spheres. The poet is saying that when the humid shadow hover, humid shadow means dark clouds. Humid is full of moisture. Shadow is when it casts shadow. So it's clouds, dark clouds. Dark clouds which are full of water. Ready to come on the earth through water droplets, means rain. So the poet is saying that when the sky is full of these clouds which are moistures laden, when these are full of water and are about to bring rain, when such clouds hover around in the sky, where over all the starry sphere, over all the starry sphere means sky at night. Sphere, you know, it's sphere, the round figure, and starry, full of stars. Means he want to say when the water laden clouds hover around in the sky over all the starry sphere, okay, Then, and a melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. At that time, huge clouds, which are full of moisture, move around in the sky. The sad darkness of the night is wiped off, and a melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. The sad darkness of the night is wiped off by the raindrops, which seems like tears falling from the sky. Here, the tears are the rain, rainy tears. And how it come? It come in the form of sad darkness. Gently weeps, it weeps in the form of tears. It comes from the sky. And when it comes from the sky on the earth, it wipes out of the darkness of the sky. What a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed. Cottage chamber bed? The poet is comparing, and he is also saying the poet is comparing raindrops to tear. Okay? And he is also saying that it is really good. He is also adding, it is like a blessing. And you receive this blessing only by laying on the bed in your cottage chamber bedroom. Cottage chamber means bedroom. And lie listening to the patter. Lay down. Listening to the patter. Patter is the sound of rain, of the soft rain overhead. And you do nothing. You just lie down on your bed, on the pillow, and listening to the patter sound or the sound made by the raindrops falling on the roof. Okay, the poet is comparing the rain to the tears who wiped off the whole sadness, who wiped off the sadness in the sky through the rain, and he liked the sound of the rain while lying on the pillow, and it create better sound. Clear? So shall we move to the next one? Okay. Now, second one. Second stanza. Second stanza is every tinkle on the shingles. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start. Into busy being start. And 1,000 recollection weave their air threads into woof. As I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Of the rain upon the roof. Tinkle is short light raining sound. Shingle is rectangular wooden tiles used on roofs. Rectangular wooden tiles used on roofs. Echo, repeated sound. Woof, weft means the thread woven across the loom. Patter, again sound of raindrops. Busy being refers to human beings, and here the poet is referring to himself. Busy beings, human beings. So here he is saying, the poet is expressing his feelings when he heard raindrops falling on the rooftop of his house. He says that every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart. So whenever the rain drops, whenever it makes the sound, it echoes in his heart. He is listening each and every drop. And whenever he hears rain falling on the rooftop, The sound repeats in his heart. Echo means repeating. The sound repeats in his heart and his dreams, and 1,000 dreamy fancies in his dreams. He has many different imagination, many different fanciful imagination. Into a busy being start, and 1,000 recollection. He also adds that the sound of the rain falling on the rooftop creates many new different dreams in his mind, creates many various dreams, creates many imagination in his mind. He recollects many memories of the past which come back into his mind as dreams. Many of the memories, okay, now the memories are in his mind as dreams. So he says, okay, weaving means to weave, like weavers weave. So he says that as he listens to the patter of the rain upon the roof, as I listen to the patter, as he listens to the patter of the rain upon the roof, he has many new dreams in his mind and memories of the past that comes back again and again in the form of dreams. Clear? Okay, moving to next. We are here on the third stanza. In the first stanza, the poet is describing the sound, he's comparing, he's reviving memories, and again he's describing the same memories in second stanza also. Now we are moving to the third stanza. The third stanza is, now in memory comes my mother. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years agone to regard her darling dreamers, as she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me, as I list to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. The word patter is in every paragraph. I think you all have noticed. So, now in memory comes my mother. Okay, again the word meaning first. The vocabulary are a old poetic word for before. Dawn, daybreak. You have heard about dusk to dawn. Dusk and dawn are just different. Like dawn is the time when the night is not yet gone and day is not yet come. Means the sun is not yet rise and the night is not yet gone. Means when it lights, when it's not darkness but you cannot see the sun. Okay, when the night is departing and when it announces the arrival of the sun, it is dawn. In the same manner, dusk, when the sun or the day is departing and the arrival of the night, that time we called dusk. List, old poetic word for listen. Refrain, a repeated part of a song or a poem. Okay, refrain, a repeated part of a song or a poem. Here, what is repeated again and again? That is the sound of the rain. Okay, now in memories comes my mother. The poet here is mentioning his mother. He says that he is dreaming of his mother as he had told in the previous stanza that rain brings memories of the past. It is the memory of his mother who is no longer alive. Memory means who is not there. He is no longer alive even. She used in years agone to regard her darling dreamers, ere she left them till the dawn. It is the memory of his mother who is no longer. In the past, she used to love him a lot. She used to consider him a darling, a dear one, and she would let him sleep till daybreak and have sweet dreams. The poet can still feel that his mother is looking at him. He feels that mother is with him and she is still looking at him. As he listened to the song made by the raindrops falling on the rooftop of his room. The sound of the rain makes him correlate, makes him attached to his past with his present. That is why the poet is moved by the sound of the rain. Somewhere it has been mentioned already that in the beginning we know that poet has mentioned about the memories, that he relate the raindrops, the sound of raindrops to his past. And whenever he hears this sound, it brings back memories of the past and he is reminded of his mother. And he is reminded of his mother every time. Okay. Then, central idea we did about the poet. It is written by Coates Kinney. Here the cottage, a beautiful cottage, is mentioned, about which the poet has also mentioned. So, first stanza, second stanza and third stanza, I hope that it is quite clear to you. Now we will talk about the sequence that I left earlier, because I want to make you clear the meaning of the poem. First of all, we will talk about the sequence and then we will come to the rhyme scheme. Here the poet was laying on the bed and he heard the rain. In the first stanza, he discussed about the physical qualities of the rain while it patters on the roof. Physical qualities in manner of the psychological also, like when it come down from the sky, from the clouds, it wipe out all the darkness. And in the second stanza, he explains his feelings and thoughts when it falls on the roof. What he feel, it echoes in his heart. And in the last one, eventually it led to him his mother. He recalls what his mother did for him and recollects the memories of the past with her. So this was the sequence. Even we have noticed first, second, third paragraph. Now here elements of the poetry. Now I am going to make you clear the literary devices, that we will begin with the stanza 1. First of all, here if you have noticed, when the humid shadow hover, H is repeating. Okay, the sound of H is repeating, and then starry sphere, S sound is repeating. Press pillow, P sound is repeating. Find out more in last second line, it's lie listening, L sound is repeating. And I have told you the repetition of a consonant sound in 2 or more words, we call it alliteration. So first of all, we found alliteration, the figure of speech in the first stanza. After that we come to the next one. We also see the sound patter. Patter is a word used for sound, and here we can say that onomatopoeia is a figure of speech that shows or that create a dramatic effect or auditory imagery. Okay, so second figure of speech is onomatopoeia. Then next one is personification. Personification means when the non-living thing is being present as the living one. Like darkness has been personified when he says it is sad. Gently weeps. Weeps means darkness cannot weep. So here it is personification. Then next is transferred epithet. Transferred epithet means when the adjective is used with a noun and it refers to another noun. When adjective is used as a noun and it refers to another noun, like melancholy, darkness. Darkness is not melancholy, but it refers to the sad people. Then it is figure of speech. And in stanza 2, here in the second stanza here, every tickle, this one is the second stanza. Can you find again alliteration? Just find out. In the fourth line, busy being, their threats, and rain roof. R sound, B sound, and TH. So 3 times the sounds are repeating, so alliteration is here. Again onomatopoeia, because again we found the word patter which making the sound of raindrops. Personification, recollection is personified when he says that they weave dreams. 1,000 recollection weave their ear threads. Weave, and who do weaving? Only living things. So recollection is personified here. Transfer epithet, the use of an adjective again with a noun referring to another noun. Dreamy fancies. Dreamy fancies is showing transfer epithet. Now third stanza we are moving to. First of all we will find alliteration. Might be we got it. So where you got it? In the very first line. Now in memory comes my mother. M. Repeating. Darling, dreamers, D sound. And again the word, obviously in the third paragraph, patter word is repeated. That's why I have mentioned earlier that the word patter is repeating in the paragraphs. So these are the literary devices used here. Okay. Now we will talk about the rhyming scheme, and then we will talk about summary. Hover, sphere, darkness, tears, pillow. Hover, sphere, darkness. A, B, B, C. No. A, hover, A, spheres, B, darkness, B, tears, B, pillow, C. Okay, so this is the rhyming scheme. Now in a very short manner, in a very brief, I would like to tell you the summary of the poem. This is the title. The summary of the poem is the poem Rain of the Roof. Here we have already read it. So it talks about the poet's varied reaction to the sound of raindrops when it comes on his rooftop. He's saying that the raindrops at night are like tears shed by the sad dark night. He loves to lie in bed on the pillow and wish to hear rain falling, and he also saying that it gets back him to the sweet memories of the past. He says that the sound of the raindrops help him fall asleep and gives him sweet dreams. It takes him to the memories of the past, and he also recollects the memories of his loving mother who was so fond of looking at him, and he also recollects the memory of her mother only through the raindrops when it echoes in his heart. So this is the summary. I hope that the poem is quite clear to you. Still not clear, read it, because the explanation is given with the stanzas. You can read here also, or if you will listen it, then it will be enough for you. So in the next class I will provide you notes, and we will discuss the question answers also of Rain of the Roof. Thank you and have a nice day, students.